Hi guys, today we have a bit of a project. This is my homemade hack job field drum. It originally was a 14-inch by 10-inch child's bass drum off of a toy drum set, and that drum set didn't make it. Most of it's been dismantled, destroyed, or repurposed into other things. This bass drum was in okay condition, but it didn't really work as a bass drum. It's too small to even really be a jazz bass drum, I think. So I made it into a field drum by taking some cheap eBay hoops. I got like 5 hoops for $20 on eBay one time. I had to sort of refurbish them. I did an okay job of that. Not great, but they work. And of course I just used the claws to put these wood hoops on. It had of course metal bass drum hoops, but those aren't as good for a snare drum. I also attached a strainer, which you can see here. And I left the wrap on because I don't have experience rewrapping things, and I don't have any wrap laying around, and also the wood underneath of here isn't worth showing off, so you know, whatever. It's ugly, but it works. I will have of course a sound demo in a second of what it sounds like now. I put of course a snare head on it and one of these Aquarian modern vintage batter heads to sort of emulate maybe that calf tone a little bit. And it works, it sounds okay, but here's what we're going to do today. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to convert this to single tension, which if you're not familiar with single tension drums, it's that they have one tension rod with an unthreaded claw on one end and a threaded claw on the other, and often, but not always, an eyelet that keeps them just from moving around in the middle. So what you do is you turn one drum key screw and you tension both heads in one single go, single tension. Is this better? Probably not, because they really don't make drums like this that much anymore. Will it affect the performance or the sound? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. But I just thought it'd be way cooler than using these really crappy lugs that came on this drum. It'd be way cooler if we use these single tension rods, and I can sort of use the holes that mount the lug right now to mount these eyelets, so we'll get an even spacing. I have 6 of these Kent eyelets that I got for a pretty good deal on eBay, and this is a 6-lug drum already, so it should just convert over pretty well, and I've actually checked, and these will in fact fit. So first step, I'm just going to unscrew these existing tension rods from the heads, make sure that everything looks okay, and take all the heads off. So of course here I'm just going to take the little strap that holds the snares on out of there, and I probably could use string. It'd be more authentic to like an old school single tension field drum, but I really don't like string. It always gets loose on me for some reason, so I'm going to keep using plastic. Got it all stripped down, all the old tension rods and claws, the heads, the hoops, which I think I'm going to oil up again because they're unfinished other than some oil. Here's the drum. So of course now I have to take 6 of these lugs off, and of course that just means undoing these screws on the inside here. There are the lugs that I took off. The drum of course is even uglier than before because of course it used to be this nice bright red color, and it got a lot of sun damage, so now I'm going to have all these spots where the old red sticks out through the new kind of disgusting pink. But hey, again, I'm not going to rewrap it, so it's what I get. So the next step is I got to install these eyelets, which the tension rod's going to pass through, into one of these holes from the existing lugs. And I think I'm going to go for the lower hole. This would be the reso head down here. Just because, I don't know why, but I'm going to go for the lower hole all the way around. I only need one hole, of course. One issue that I didn't foresee is that these are basically intended for either a metal shelled drum or a very thin shelled wooden drum. I don't know what exactly. But the little washer that's supposed to sit under here, or a little grommet, it makes it too big. It doesn't fit. I can't thread in the screw from the back side. So there's just a couple threads even now holding this on. Fortunately, I don't think these things actually hold any tension. They're just a guide. So I'm just going to put them on like this and see how that works out. The little eyelets are now installed to keep everything straight and sort of in the right orientation. Now I just have to see if I can get the heads on with those single tension rods. Okay, so the idea is, I think, that I drop these through here, claw them onto the resonant side or snare side first, so that these adjustment screws don't get in the way of my playing on the batter side. And then of course I just attach the claw to the batter side and tighten her up. Easier said than done, I'm sure. And there it is. Not tuned, but tension rods all attached. And so now there shouldn't be any fiddling with the difference between the resonant and the batter heads. Should just tune it one time, and as long as they're equal pitched, it should all tension up the same way. Let's find out. Okay, so here it is, finished condition. Weird as that probably looks. We have the sound comparison that I'll play the first one, the second one, try to put them next to each other so you can hear the difference. It doesn't sound that different to my ear. I think there's something subtle there, but it may have just be the fact that I didn't have the top and bottom head at the same tension before, and now I am forced to. But it also actually feels a little bit nicer to play, like I don't have the same rebound character. It's actually like better feeling. It's hard to describe. And easier to tune in a sense, not just because that I don't have to do both heads independently, but like the key on the tension rods feels easier to turn at a similar tension range. Like the original lugs just weren't very good, and that's probably part of it. If I had like nice, new, good quality lugs, it would feel different. But the old lugs, these things, just feel really gross to turn the tension rods into, and it felt like a chore in this tuning range to even go like 1/8 of a turn. And these tension rods, they just go. It's not like super smooth like my Black Panther snare over here that's like relatively brand new, but it's easy to do. So for the ease of tuning, just both the lack of half of the amount of tuning that I have to do, and because the tension rods turn better, I like this better. You guys can tell me whether you think there's even a discernible difference in the sound between the single tension rods or the lugs with double tension. That's it for today. So I think I'm going to keep it this way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.